All right, guys, welcome to Utility Expo 2023. We're at the Hyundai booth. Bill, I feel important.
Right,
this may be the first video on my channel where I got an actual professional camera crew.
Well, the Hyundai team here, they've got their crew here, and I think we've got a big event, big things happening today. I think it's worthy of more than just a GoPro aimed at.
One thing that might be a bigger deal than my actual camera crew, like, guys, I feel important. This is gonna look so weird on my actual channel because it's professional. So don't get your hopes up. So we're going back to the old school in a while. But the one thing bigger than me having my own camera crew is Hyundai has released a whole new series, brand new series of compact excavators.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, and that's a big part of what we're doing here this week when with the operators competition, showcasing just that smoothness and precision of these machines. And what Hyundai has done with this new line, and you notice people talking about the new standard, that's a play on all of the standard features that are available in the machines, so that as you're making an acquisition of a machine, you've got less to think about. It's an easier purchase, easier acquisition process, and you're getting a higher quality premium product standard from the manufacturer. So these things have got standard load sensing hydraulics, standard auxiliary flow control, standard quick coupler, standard lifting hook, standard telematics, a lot of different creature comforts and things that other manufacturers are gonna make people option up to. Hyundai's saying, we know you guys want this stuff. Let's put it in.
Here's the other big thing is, and this is what I've learned becoming a Hyundai customer and dealing with these guys for 5 or 6 years now, is they are very, very comfortable machines to run. One of the reason I ended up in a Hyundai machine is I showed up at this booth 5 years ago and competed in a competition. I had no intentions of ever even looking at this brand. Showed up at this booth, hopped in a machine, competed, luckily I won, and I left here thinking, damn, that was actually a nice machine. And here I am 5 years later owning one.
Well, I think that's been, as we've gone through the qualifying rounds here this week of the Beat Dirt Perfect Operating Skills Competition, that's been a common piece of feedback, is that people get in the seat of these things, they get behind the controls, and they're smooth, they're responsive. Yeah. They're able to do, you look at some of the tasks we're doing here today.
Controllable and comfortable.
Yep. And what else do you want in a compact excavator?
It's awesome. And I think there is no better way to outline or showcase how well these machines operates, but put butts in the seats, let them compete, and see if they can beat me.
Beat Dirt Perfect. And that's what we've done here this week. We had more than 40 people compete yesterday in a qualifying round, and we had scores. I think that one of the things that we were most surprised by, you never know at a trade show what you're going to get. And
sometimes it's guys like me, and sometimes
well, no, but we thought we could have some people with times in the, the 1.5 minute range up to like 10 minutes. We had real serious operators show up here, and I think the worst score in qualifying yesterday might have been just a little north of 3 minutes.
That's impressive.
But the top 10 all ranged from 1:28 up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and those 10 competitors came back today for the final.
And they won't let me practice. All these qualifiers got a practice run. I got to go in cold, one and done.
Well, that makes...
Who's making the rules, Bill?
Well, it was me.
Oh, yeah.
But that makes that belt sweeter if you're able to take it home today.
Hyundai's also giving away some prizes. I know you guys are seeing this after the fact, but the thing I'm here for is the bragging rights.
The belt. You want that belt? You want to hang that belt up in the shop?
Yeah. It's awesome. So let's get to the competition. We're going to cut that in after this so you guys can enjoy. We're going to see all the finalists. Yep. And then we're going to see, I guess I'll make the last run, so you guys will just have to see how this turns out.
Yeah, and I think we're going to walk you through this here real quick. First, another friend of ours, Andrew Camarata, happened to be by the booth here today.
Yes.
And Andrew did a run. We're going to talk through the logistics of how the course was set up while looking at Andrew's run. And then we'll get into the actual finalist competition.
One other point I want to make real quick. A lot of people are going to ask why other social media influencers didn't compete. Yeah. They are competing for money. And we thought it was fair that we kept it to the attendees and the followers we got. So Andrew and Chris and a few others made some runs. We do got some video footage of Andrew kind of explaining the course and showing what's going to happen. We're going to get into it.
Yeah, and you, to be fair, you couldn't win any money today. But we made the belt available to you, and now you're going to see.
I'm here for a standard at a time, and bragging rights.
And bragging
rights.
That's
worth more than the money.
You're going to be able to see right now whether he was able to take that belt home. But first, let's take a look at a practice run to see how the course was set up and what these guys were facing throughout the week.
Enjoy, guys.
All right, so competition here this week has to move through a number of tasks here in the course. And the way it starts is you've got your bucket in a starting position. When I tell contestants to go, they're gonna move that bowling ball over, up through the goal, and then over to the left of the cone. At that point then, they're gonna move to the tire grab. They're gonna grab that tire by the T-bar as that comes up through the center of the tire there, and they're gonna navigate that tire through the structure without knocking any of those softballs off of the four corners of the structure. Once they do that, they're gonna set the tire down, they're gonna go back, and now the goal here is to intentionally, at this point, knock each of the four softballs off one by one. If you bump the structure and a softball falls off unintentionally, that is a 10-second penalty. Once we've knocked the softballs off, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna grab the basketball, and we're gonna try to put that basketball into a 5-gallon bucket. A lot of competitions will use a full-size garbage can. We wanted to make it a little bit more of a challenge to the competitors here this week. At that point then, they're gonna come over here, they're gonna take the bucket, and they're gonna try to grab this rope ring with the teeth of the bucket, either the side cutting tooth or an actual tooth on the front of the bucket, and put that rope ring onto the road cone. And once that is complete, they'll set their bucket down in the finishing block and we'll hit stop on the clock. Any failure to complete a task after giving it an appropriate try will be a 15-second penalty added onto their time. So 10-second penalties for each softball unintentionally knocked off, and 15-second penalties for every other task not completed properly. And we'll see how everybody does here in the competition this week.
So ladies and gentlemen, not to put any pressure on anybody, but we're here with our top qualifier from yesterday, Mr. Jared Ellis. Jared, what made you come out here to participate in the competition here this week?
Oh, it sounded like a good idea at the time.
Like so many things in life, it sounds like a good idea at the time. And here he is. He's on the precipice of winning $1,000 and potentially, if he can beat Mike, that championship belt. Any thoughts or questions or concerns before you hop in that machine here this morning?
Oh, not a lot. Just good luck.
2, 1, and go. Now, any softball that falls off unintentionally is a 10-second penalty. Jared is moving through this. He has no fear. 3 down, no penalties. 4 down, off to the basketball grab. On to the ring grab. There he is, very smooth with that ring grab. He's going to put a ring on it here. I need a new joke. That was my joke yesterday. He dropped the ring, but this is his opportunity to grab it. Or he can take the penalty. But Jared likes to finish what he starts. Well, and then we're going to go, and we're going to take it. Nice run, Jared. I'm here with one of the most impressive runs we had of the day yesterday, Mr. Gabe Mitchell. Gabe is from Bloomington, Indiana. Gabe, tell the folks a little bit about who you are and why you're here.
Well, so I started doing excavating whenever I was about 10, working for my neighbor, had a little excavating business, and then freshman year of high school, I started my own little company and tried that a little bit, and then I got the opportunity to go learn on someone else's dime. And he's taught me sewer, water, doing infrastructure, and residential construction.
And what are you, again, you're very young in your career here. What does the future hold for you?
Well, I'm hoping to be fully self-employed by the time I'm 22.
Fully self-employed by the time he's 22. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, are you here to talk?
I want to say a few words.
Hold on. Mike has something to say.
I'm still in the mic, Bill. So I had Gabe and a few other guys that came up to me yesterday, young guys, and talked about how watching our videos and what we do got them interested in the trades.
That is one of the things I'm very, very, very passionate about. And this young man right here is one of the reasons I do what I do every day. There is nothing wrong, and we should be proud about what we do being out here being trade workers. So thank you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity. For what I'm hearing, you might be the guy to beat. 3, 2, 1, and go! Got to be careful with that cone. A knocked over cone is a penalty. He's got it in position. And he's got the ball where it needs to be. All right, onto the tire. He's got a good grab of that T-bar with the tire. He's moving very carefully towards the PVC structure. Look at that. Smooth as silk. All right, Gabe, set it on down. And now it is time to intentionally knock those softballs off each of the 4 corners. 10-second penalty for each softball that drops unintentionally. But you give it a smooth little kiss like that, and you're going to be just fine. He's got all 4 softballs with no penalties. He's on the basketball. Oh, he gets it. Oh, there we go. Too aggressive. Onto the hoop snag. And he dropped it. We are here with our 3rd finalist this morning, Mr. Blake Daniels from Franklin, Indiana. Blake, why are you here this week?
I just want to take that belt back. That's it.
Blake wants the belt. He's the first one that has said it. There's nothing wrong with...
It's mine till he wins it.
I'm here to win it.
Blake is here to win it. There's nothing else to say. Blake, hop in that machine, familiarize yourself with the controls. There's a little bit of different ground geography than we had yesterday. With all the people doing digging here at the end of the day yesterday, the bowling ball roll is a little bit of a different task than it was yesterday. And he's onto the tire grab. And he got a bad tilt with his tooth, but he picks it up confidently, and he's got a strong position with the T-bar well angled between teeth. And now he's got to smoothly roll that through the PVC structure. Look at that. That was speed. Well done, Blake. Blake, drop that down in that orange circle. And then now it's time to knock those softballs off each of the posts. And he's got 1 with no penalties. He's got 2 with no penalties. Let's see if he aggressively gets the basketball. Like we said yesterday, this becomes like a game of Plinko. And he misses. He misses onto the rope snag. And he drops it. Blake is going to give it a go. He's going to try to pick it up with the tooth of the bucket. And he's going to lay that on here. I tried practicing the Put a Ring on It song last night. You don't want to hear me sing that. Yeah, why don't you finish out here, Blake, and we'll confer with the judges on that. We're here with another one of our top 10 finalists from yesterday, Mr. Isaac Snider. Isaac, how was your night last night?
It was good. After we left here, my fiance and I went to Shane Company, and we bought a wedding band that's about the same price as that check right there.
As a man who's maybe a hair older than you, you've put some pressure on yourself that maybe you don't need just yet. But yeah, or at least I wouldn't put on a skill game with an excavator. But hey, how are you feeling about the contest?
I feel good. Yeah, it's pretty. I've been watching everybody. Everybody's got a little technique that's a little different. But yeah, I'm ready.
Isaac Snider, 3, 2, 1, and go! Again, the ground changed a little bit from yesterday. It's a little more roughed up, a little more undulation there in the ground with the, and he's onto the tire grab. He's got a little pivoting with that T-bar. That's something we saw yesterday as a challenge, but Isaac doesn't care. He is moving confidently and smoothly, even with that T-bar hanging off the lip of the bucket instead of between the teeth. It is not affecting him at all. And so we're seeing fewer unintentional ball drops. Yeah, with authority. He's onto the basketball. He's got the basketball in the bucket. Now let's see how good he is at Plinko. He missed the basketball. Onto the ring grab. Give it a go. Nope. Are you looking to have fun here today?
Yeah.
And where are you from, Daniel?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas in the house. Daniel, hop on in, get yourself familiar with the controls, and we'll go in just a second. Luke Blaylock of Fort Payne, Alabama. Luke, what made you come out here and try the competition this week?
I tried to outdo my boss.
Try to outdo your boss, and have you succeeded in that so far?
I did.
He did. There's bragging rights right there. We almost don't need to do the rest of the competition. Luke, how do you feel going into the course today?
Ready to go.
Luke getting that bowling ball in position. He's got it through the goal. He's just got to kick it over to the left here now a little bit. And oh, unforgiving. 1 10-second penalty there with the unintentional softball drop. But he's got the other 3 very intentionally knocked off. There we go, onto the basketball. Let's see how Luke does at basketball today. Alabama's a state known more for its football. Let's see how he does at basketball. He's got it in the bucket. And he got too aggressive. Mike, how do you feel as you're about to hop in the cab?
Man, they got some good times up there. There's 2 or 3 of them that are under 2 minutes. I thought under 2 minutes was going to win it. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Here he comes. He's going to move that tire through the structure. He does so quickly. Mike will now set it down as close to that orange circle as he can, and now he's going to go back for the softballs. All of the jokes aside about this being rigged against him, I can confirm Mike has not been out here running and testing this course. He's been observing, but this is his first clean run through the course. He's got all 4 balls off cleanly. He's onto the basketball. Boy from Indiana should be pretty good at basketball. He's got it in the bucket. Now can he get it in the second bucket? This has been the toughest challenge of the day, and he does. Mike's onto the ring. Mike with it on the road cone. Get that bucket down, Mike, in the spot. We will congratulate Mr. Mike Simon on the best time and the taking home of the championship belt, which he has again promised that he will defend at a future event. Will you put this belt up at future events?
Absolutely. That's the whole goal behind this. Obviously, I'm not eligible for the money, but we come here for the bragging rights, baby, and that's what we got.
We will congratulate Mr. Mike Simon on the best time and the taking home of the championship belt, which he has again promised that he will defend at a future event. In 5th place, earning $250 off of a Hyundai compact excavator and $50 in the AEM store here at Utility Expo, Mr. Jared Ellis. In fourth place, also taking home $250 off of a Hyundai compact excavator and $50 to the AEM store here at Utility Expo, Mr. Blake Daniels. In 3rd place, taking home $250 off a Hyundai compact excavator
and $50 for the AEM store here at Utility Expo. Our youngest competitor of the competition, Mr. Gabe Mitchell. In second place, giving this course everything he had today and yesterday, taking home the big check, one of the big checks, and $500, Mr. Isaac Snider. And our grand prize winner, taking home with the fastest time today, that wasn't Mike Simon, taking home the $1,000 check, Mr. Daniel Castro. Congratulations, Daniel. Daniel had a perfect run yesterday with no errors, and today he had the fastest run by someone not named Dirt Perfect. This brings to an end the 2023 Dirt Perfect Operator Skills Competition. Thank you all so much for participating. Winners, stick around. We're going to grab a picture here in just a moment.